I had a great idea for an intro. I don't remember it now.
Well, that helps no one.
No. Hopefully, we can do a full episode this time.
Well, we did a full episode last time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We did.
Yeah.
We just weren't able to present it.
Yeah. It's the last episode, literally, because I don't really...
We had some good stuff to say about that movie.
What didn't we say? Oh, yeah. Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
But is Far From Home worth talking about when Comic-Con came out?
It got overshadowed. Unfortunately, y'all missed our Far From Home talk.
Balls, yeah.
This is the Nerd Cult Underground.
That's us. That's us.
I'm Field Mouse.
That's you. I'm not. I'm Jaleel. Not White.
Jaleel.
Not Jaleel White. He's the Urkel Circle. The Urkel Circle of Steve Urkel, Stefan Urkel, Robo Steve. That fucking show had a robot Steve Urkel.
I remember.
That movie got so sci-fi towards the end. They had like teleportation, they had cloning machines, and like not like person altering machines where, remember the one where Stefan or Steve or somebody got turned into like a Bruce Lee version of Steve Urkel? God, that's a fucking...
Yeah.
That show got... They were just like, you know what? No one really gives a shit about family values. So let's just get wild.
We're tired of them.
Anyway.
I forgot.
That's 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We're backtracking now.
Speaking of backtracking.
Yeah.
I forgot that Wakefield...
Oh, that guy.
Sent me a recording...
Confession?
I don't know. I didn't listen to it. He said that it was a recording of Gaz's band.
Oh.
And I forgot to play it.
The funny thing is, if you listen to Chris's Comics podcast, he tried to convince the world that he's not a flat earther.
I did listen to that.
It didn't sound believable though. Like,
no, it didn't.
It sounded
because he was even like, Phil Mouse, by crikey, he asked me and I didn't answer him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're admitting to your crime. That's what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolt. And I had somewhere else I wanted to go with that too. But
I was going to actually play this.
Oh,
but
there's something suspicious about the name of his podcast too. It's Chris's Comics with 2 S's.
That's true.
S''S. Now he blames me for that.
I mean, but didn't our language spawn from his country?
I mean, it's true, but the thing is like he never. I'm dyslexic. I have a valid excuse.
Exactly.
Why did he want so desperately to keep the SS in his name? Not to say that there's any nefarious connection to like, you know, dictators
to the SS.
The world. I mean, hey, we're not
that's
saying
not where we're going at.
We're not.
But you're defending yourself for no reason on that one.
He kept the SS in his name. He's a flat earther. Like, there's something weird going on with him.
Something's up with that guy.
So
he's suspect.
Yeah. Poor JB. He's gonna be murdered one day. And then cloned. He probably has been. That's why he's on Chris's Comics all the time.
That's a good point.
Chris Wakefield left Talk Nerdy because he assassinated JB and spawned a clone that he's able to mentally manipulate. That's why he's always... Why else would JB be on Chris's Comics? It doesn't make sense. He has his own Talk Nerdy and then his own comic book podcast.
Did he assassinate him or did he just clone him and leave the real one there to do Talk Nerdy?
So you think JB doesn't know about...
I think so.
The clone? Because, why would he listen to Chris's Comics?
I think so. I think they had a falling out.
Wow.
Chris left.
Yeah, makes sense.
Made his clone, JB, so that he wouldn't get lonely at night. And that's why he's his guest all the time.
So what needs to happen is there needs to be a video Chris's Comics where JB shows his belly button. Because clones don't have belly buttons.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
It's just
thing.
Not. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Oh,
it's a thing. Okay. You don't need a belly button if you're not within a womb.
Okay.
Because your umbilical cord, your nutrients just is already built into you. You're not sucking nutrients off. You're not a parasite on a host.
Sucking off, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyhow, there you go.
San Diego Comic Con.
Gauntlet's been laid, Wakefield.
Oh,
Prove to us that's JB. Show us his belly button.
So, I was excited at San Diego Comic Con when they announced the new line of X-Men books.
Yeah, you would be. What?
And then it got overshadowed
by
what they call the Hall H announcements.
So,
which I have their news post here that lists them all in order, so we can talk about them in order.
And this is only 2 years of content.
Yeah, and then some. They did announce some of the stuff is from past 2021.
Is it really? Is it 2022?
I think so.
Oh, gosh. So, and that's a kind of a short amount of time for this much shit.
Yeah. First of all, for November 2020, next year, they announced the very star-studded cast of Marvel Studios' The Eternals.
Which, I'm so just not... It's such a weird feeling. I don't give a shit about Eternals, but I really want to see this movie. I want to know what this is all about, because this is an opportunity to walk into a Marvel movie kind of completely blind of the characters. Like, have a vague idea, know they exist, but to get hit with something new.
I know for a lot of people, Guardians of the Galaxy was
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah,
I had read the Abnett stuff, so I at least had a general idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have no idea about the Eternals.
Nothing. It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know a fuck thing about these people.
But they got Angelina Jolie.
They got Salma Hayek.
Those are two monster names for a comic book movie.
Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani, he's a comic. He's a comedian.
Oh yeah, just
like a stand-up guy. I mean, he has done some stuff. I think he was in some sort of TV show. But his main notoriety is stand-up comedian. So the fact that he's a lead in a Marvel movie is huge.
Lauren Ridloff, Brian Tyree Henry, Leah McHugh, Don Lee. And it's directed by Chloe Zhao. I don't really know who all these people are, but it's a lot of names.
It's a lot of names.
And I'm with you. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I mean, I didn't care about Captain Marvel. I didn't care about Ant-Man. But I liked him.
Yeah.
Especially once the trailers convinced me, and that's what I feel is going to happen with Eternals.
Ant-Man I was stoked for, but I mean, Captain Marvel, I was only looking forward to it for the sheer curiosity of all right, what's going to play out here?
Doctor Strange is one I didn't care about that I ended up enjoying a lot.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. I mildly look forward to that one. Which one didn't I really care about? I don't know. I've kind of looked forward to all of them, really.
Well, after that, they announced the first show to come exclusively to Disney Plus, which was The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's going to be fucking rad.
And I'm excited that they are bringing back Daniel Bruhl as Baron Zemo.
Right? That's fucking... I'm so glad he gets
anybody who's followed our podcast for a while knows how I felt about Baron Zemo and Civil War, and how I felt like he was wasted because he was done really well and he's a great villain.
They didn't kill him.
He was in a movie where no one gave a fuck about the villain.
Yeah, pretty much.
So to put him in this, I think it's going to be great, and I'm excited about that.
And I wonder what he's going to be doing, because his whole motive was to beat the Avengers, and he did. He destroyed the Avengers. What happened in what he did resonated all the way to Infinity War. Mm-hmm. Because of what he did, Tony Stark came back from after being lost in space, pissed at Steve Rogers, and just started yelling at him, all because of what Zemo initiated.
Way to go, Zemo.
I mean, fuck yeah, go Zemo. I like Zemo.
I love it, and I'm looking forward to which again, I mean, Netflix keeps raising their prices.
What the fuck,
man?
The
mouse is coming, y'all.
$16 now. Is this a last-ditch effort? They're like, look, we just got to drain everybody before Disney Plus comes out.
Netflix used to do the weirdest shit. They originally... They raised their prices on renting... Because, they used to be a DVD rental thing. Mm-hmm. And they still do, I think. But, they wanted to get out of that.
Yeah.
And so they raised the prices on it. So that makes me, like, every time they do something like this, I'm like, are y'all just like, we really don't want to do this anymore, guys.
Yeah.
$16.99.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as long as they keep putting out gold like Stranger Things and
Well, I think they lost
Glow comes out next month.
significant amount of subscribers after doing that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then, I mean, like, it has to be what they're doing. They're trying, because they know how many people are going to jump ship when Disney Plus comes out. So they're probably just like squeezing everybody for the last dime while they're still the only option, like the only leading option. Because after that, I mean, and then with Disney Plus, you get a deal with Hulu too. Mm-hmm. So if you have Hulu and Disney Plus, like what? Netflix? I mean, yeah, Stranger Things and stuff, but Stranger Things only has one more season.
Did they say that's going to be the last one?
I think they said like 4 is going to be it. Because I mean, look, if you saw season 3, like those kids are getting hard to look at. Like puberty's setting in, and it's like
it was difficult watching them pretend to kiss.
Yeah,
it's like y'all clearly don't know how to kiss.
You guys aren't cute anymore, man.
You're like teenagers.
Yeah, when you were like kids playing D&D, going up against Demogorgons, like that was that was cool. That was like Goonies, you know. But now it's just kind of, I don't like, puberty ruins it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, Falcon's going to be in the Captain America suit, and I think that's going to be a good show. Disney, I will absolutely sign up for Disney.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking done deal.
And they got the preview to that dynamic in Civil War 2 with Cap and Bucky. Mm-hmm. Or well, I guess I call him Cap now.
Yeah, he's Falcon Cap now.
Yeah. So and like because they kind of had that butting heads, but we're both Team Cap, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I wonder if Bucky's gonna be pissed, kind of that.
And that's supposed to come out in fall 2020. So it'll probably be a good year after, because I think Disney Plus is supposed to come in December, isn't it?
November
this year.
Mm-hmm.
November this year. Yeah,
and I think it's coming out the gate with Mandalorian. No, or is that coming out later?
Maybe. I know they're definitely gonna have The Simpsons straight out the gate.
Man,
so it'll be a year of Mandalorian, and then just like
yeah,
like the original content, the Marvel stuff, I guess, because that's the first one, isn't gonna come until fall 2020.
Oh, it'll have everything from Marvel all the way through Infinity War or Endgame, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. God, that's fucking great.
Probably right off the bat, too.
Yeah.
In theaters, February 2021 will be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I am so excited for this. Not because I give a shit about Shang-Chi, but because the fucking 10 Rings are finally getting their due. Like, seeing this since Iron Man and picking up on like, oh shit, those are 10 rings. 10 rings against Iron Man means the Mandarin. Well, this is fucking interesting. And like the take that every Iron Man had the 10 rings in it.
And I'm going to give you credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
You said since Iron Man 3 that there's probably a real Mandarin floating around.
Oh, for sure.
And then they did that one shot where someone came and killed the actor.
Yep.
And said that the real Mandarin was upset about it.
Yeah.
And now they've got an actor. Tony Leung is going to be the real Mandarin.
The first Mandarin, I'm sure. Or maybe he is immortal. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's and like what if this isn't really a terrorist organization? I mean, they are terrorists, but it's more of a cult because he is living like an immortal basically, and these people, the 10 rings, are the guys that follow him.
Yeah.
There's so much potential with that.
The only thing that I'm not excited about with this, because I want to see Shang-Chi. I think it's going to be interesting, but the director has never done a martial arts film. I think it would have been cooler if they had a martial arts guru doing it.
But maybe that's what they need. They need a fresh take on a martial arts film. Because if we see the same thing over again, it's like, I'm not interested in going to see Crouching Tiger.
Maybe
for a Marvel movie or
Well, I for one have been getting really into like The Raid and like the guys that do those movies.
Yeah.
And that's who I want to see do a Marvel movie. Those people.
Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But damn, dude, the fucking 10 rings. I'm telling you, like, and this keeps it so like they're not letting go. We're going into phase 4 and they're still holding on and tying into Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, Far From Home gave us an Iron Man 1 tie-in.
There's no way they're not going to at least mention Trevor Slattery.
All of it has to be, I don't know, it's fucking great.
Which I like Trevor Slattery. I thought that was an interesting take on the Mandarin, and I liked how it went down. I'm going to like this. Then they announced coming in spring of 2021 to Disney Plus, WandaVision.
Which, and I watched the panel like the next day, the Marvel panel. I think it was on Variety or something like that, their YouTube. And Kevin Feige's like, this is a fucking weird show. And that makes me really excited. Because if you're doing Vision, I kind of want this to be odd. Like his comic, like his most recent run was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Where he had the family and then his wife killed Grim Reaper. And
which he's supposed to be dead, but he's also a robot. So, I mean...
Yeah. And I'm wondering, is this like Wanda is able to team up with Shuri and rebuild Vision's body, but he is way robotic and they try to like download a personality or something? Like, there's a lot of weird potential in there.
And they're going to bring about adult Monica Rambeau.
Which is cool in this.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know, that I think is weird. But,
Yeah.
you know, hey, next wave, guys.
Yeah. Which adult Monica Rambeau is fucking cool.
Yeah.
That was I really like how they're doing everything. Like, literally everything.
Also in spring of 2021, the Loki show.
Yeah, that's
coming to Disney Plus.
You know what's kind of weird? Is that might be the one I'm looking forward to the least.
I mean...
I love Loki to a degree, but I'm kind of like, I'm a little Loki fatigue. He can retire Loki. We don't really need to take him with us.
I've never thought Loki was that great of a villain in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, like
I mean, sure, he's a trickster
for sure,
and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. But yeah,
he's played his part. Mm-hmm. Like, let's. I know there's a lot of
I can take or leave it.
diehard Loki people out there, and it's like I'm glad.
Which are really diehard Tom Hiddleston people.
That's really what it is. Yeah, like he was fun and like Ragnarok and
yeah.
But, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could take or leave it.
Yeah.
In theaters, May 7th, 2021, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Dude.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have Scarlet Witch in it. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to tie in with whatever happens in WandaVision. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be the first horror movie in the MCU.
Yeah, which, that's fucking rad. And they kind of teased the idea of multiverse in Far From Home. It didn't turn out to be the multiverse with Mysterio and so well, spoilers, I guess.
You should listen to the last.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Far From Home by now, Comic-Con happened. Like we said at the beginning of this kind of old news.
Yeah.
But they introduced the concept of multiverses to get it like playing in people's heads.
Yeah.
And now with Doctor Strange, like if you're gonna do a multiverse
Which they
thing,
introduced the concept of multiverses in Doctor Strange.
Oh fuck, they did, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. They at least nodded to it, and
yeah,
and he got thrown through all those different like things, including the microverse.
Yeah,
like there's parts of that show up in Strange.
Dude, I'm excited. That's gonna be.
It's the first time I've been excited about a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'll be interesting. I think Brittany might be disappointed because that's the only one she has refused to watch is Doctor Strange because she doesn't like Benedict Cumberbatch.
What a weird.
And now,
vendetta.
as a horror fan, we get a horror movie, but it's Doctor Strange. Next cool one, summer of 2021, and that's a lot of these things are like a couple of years off, but hey, the animated What If.
Dude, that's gonna be neat. And
people are already thinking it's gonna be zombies.
Yeah,
Marvel Zombies.
I think of like the first one they said Peggy Carter is gonna be Captain America.
That's be cool.
That's gonna be neat to see.
And it's supposed to be What If for the movies too. Like this isn't just taking stories from the comic book and animating them. This is
And then the actors are coming to do the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
like Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher.
Disney, yeah. I watched the panel thing, and like he was kind of the way he talked about it didn't seem like he really knew what he was talking about, which was kind of a bummer.
Huh?
Like he kind of his excitement felt kind of forced. So,
which that kind of reminds me of Faith No More. When they put out their last album, they have a song on it called Superhero, and it was one of their singles.
Yeah.
And Marvel did an interview with him, and they were like, "So, you got a song called Superhero. What do you think about comic books and superheroes?"
Yeah.
And they were like, I mean, they're there.
Yeah.
Like, clearly these guys were not comic book fans. They were just writing a song called Superhero.
Exactly.
That was pretty funny. One that I'm excited about, and I'm sure people know I'm excited about, from in fall of 2021, the Hawkeye series will be...
That'll be cool.
Disney Plus, and it will introduce Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
The superior Hawkeye.
That's rad. I wonder... And the artwork for that is just like the Jeff Lemire run.
It's kind of like the Matt Fraction run, I would think.
You think so?
I think so.
I thought it was more Jeff Lemire. But maybe, yeah.
But I mean, they're all kind of... That logo got used since Fraction's run, it seems.
Yeah, you're right, because that was the first... Yeah.
Which should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Because I am a big fan. The one everybody's talking about, coming out in November in 2021, Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's interesting. I like how they're still playing off like the whole like 80s.
Yeah. That definitely looks like a heavy metal cover.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. And then they were playing when they were, I think when they did the panel, when they were introducing people for that, when they were playing Rainbow in the Dark by Dio.
What were they?
So I think that might play. And I'm just like, that is such a fucking Thor song after the Immigrant Song.
And it will bring back Jane Foster.
Yeah.
And who would be played by Natalie Portman. We haven't seen her in a while. And Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie.
Yeah, and that's our... Because they said that an MCU character was going to come out as gay. And everyone kind of had an inkling it was going to be Captain Marvel, or at least like from what I was gathering. But it's actually Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valkyrie's going to have what they call an LGBTQ relationship.
Because at the panel, she said that, in starting New Asgard, she was like, one of her moves is going to be looking for a queen.
Which is better than Endgame.
Yeah.
Because right before Endgame came out, Marvel Studios came out and said, "Oh yeah, and we got a gay character for you guys. We're allies." And then the gay character was just like a dude sitting next to Cap, going, "Yep, sure do love guys." And it's like, see, we're your friends too. Like that's like the visual equivalent of, I do have a black friend.
Yeah.
like, come on, guys.
So good for you, Valkyrie.
It's like, you got a nice chest. I'm not gay, but I certainly support you being gay. Just don't touch me. That's what that felt like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will be cool. I like that Jane Foster, they have just flat out said, is going to become Thor.
Yeah, which is interesting.
I'm happy about it. For one thing, because I feast on the tears of people who are upset about that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I just feel like it's one of those things where you could have buried that lead a little bit. That would have been a fun surprise to find out later.
It would have been. Like
in the trailer for Ragnarok, when you see that Hulk comes out, that would have been cooler to save for the
It
movie.
would be cool. Oh, man, that would be cool. Now that you mention it, like if they had like this big trailer set up and, you got the Dio playing and fucking lightning going everywhere and you see like, Korg come out and Valkyrie come out and then like you see the hammer lift up and the camera pans down and it's fucking Jane.
That would have been sick, but whatever. They want to grab people. I guess it's topical. So get them all the time.
Controversy creates cash.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm down with it, though.
I am, too. I just wish there was a better reveal.
I agree. Coming in theaters May 1st, 2020. And this is what we wanted to know. What's next?
Yeah.
The next movie after Far From Home is Black Widow.
That's neat. And I guess, like, I don't know. Is it set entirely in the past? Like, they haven't really...
so.
They haven't really... Did they say for sure?
Let's see. This says, it looks like we're going to find out a lot more about Natasha Romanoff.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios' Black Widow, starring Scarlett Johansson, reprising her MCU role. She will be joined by David Harbour as Alexei, a.k.a. the Red Guardian. Florence Pugh as Yelena. O.T. Fogbini as Mason. And Rachel Weisz as Melina. Kate Shortland is directing. Marvel Studios' Black Widow will come to theaters May 1st, 2020. So it doesn't really say, but I'm assuming as much. I have heard that Taskmaster is supposed to be a part of it.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's fucking really cool.
Which would imply that she's being trained.
Yeah.
Because that's what Taskmaster kind of does. That's his side hustle.
Sense, yeah.
It's training people.
Then I mean, if it's set in the past, they have to put something in there very specific to tie it into everything else, so it doesn't feel super out of place.
I know a lot of people, and they'll probably put Jeremy Renner in there.
That makes sense.
That would be my guess. I know a lot of people feel like it's a too little, too late moment, like that they've been wanting a female-led movie. That Black Widow she's been in this whole franchise since Iron Man 2. Yeah. As a big role. It wasn't like, Hawkeye and
Thor.
Sitting in a bucket with a bow and arrow and being called Clint. But, and I can understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, if they put something epic to the overall MCU, then, I mean, just write a good story. Yeah. If it's a good story, I don't really fucking care when it came out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, too little, too late, sure, whatever. But she has the most Marvel movies under her belt out of everybody, right? The only other person that could maybe compete would be Robert Downey Jr., but I think Black Widow's been maybe not as many as Robert Downey
Widow
Jr.
was in Iron Man 2, Winter Soldier, Civil War,
Avengers,
Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame. So that's 7.
Yeah, so then I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. has more.
I mean, there's
maybe 3 Iron Mans.
3 Iron Mans.
Far From Home, Civil War.
4 Avengers.
Yeah, he wins. But he's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, she holds second place.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No one's going to beat Robert Downey Jr. Like, he should be taken off the table.
Yeah. And he was.
Yeah.
And then the big reveal that I'm super, super excited about, but they didn't put a date on it. This is the one that I think is going to come after the next 2 years.
Yeah.
It's fucking Blade.
And they cast that shit perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's a good cast.
He might be better than Wesley Snipes. We'll see. He definitely has the cool. He definitely has, like, the grizzled, like, vibe to his personality.
He was a great Cottonmouth.
He was a great Cottonmouth.
He was great in Alita Battle Angel.
He was a great Cottonmouth, and he got robbed in an epic fucking way. But, man.
And I'm okay with it. I mean, I know it's kind of like, he's playing 2 characters in this universe, but, like...
That's happened before.
It's happened before, and Feige has multiple times not given a fuck about anything that wasn't in the movies.
Yeah, whatever.
So...
Which I'm still not completely letting go of the idea that Daredevil and stuff will come back.
I think it'll come back with different actors. Especially after seeing this. Which, I mean, Wesley Snipes is a bit old for the role now.
Yeah, he's like...
And I mean, he's a great actor. I know, like, a lot of people were posting, like, quotes from him, like... And one of them, like, someone quoted comicbook.com saying that they spoke to Wesley Snipes, and Wesley Snipes had this to say, and it sounded very jive talk.
Oh.
And, like... I'm going to go on record to say that I don't believe fucking shit that comicbook.com said.
Yeah.
I went to Wesley Snipes' Twitter account, and he posted it, and it was clearly a joke. I don't think he has any beef with, Ali or Marvel, but he posted something like, some motherfuckers still trying to ice skate uphill, and like, just whatever, basically that he's the man. And, he is.
But everybody, they get recast. Heroes, you're not going to get one person to play the same hero forever.
Yeah.
He got 3 movies.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think he's complaining.
Yeah.
Just bitches.
Bitches be bitches.
But I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, all of that is going to be...
I think he might show up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in Doctor Strange.
That wouldn't be shocking.
Yeah.
I really hope that this inspires Sony to pull some of those stupid movies like back. Like, we don't need a Morbius movie.
No.
You're not gonna get what you want out of that.
Sony had one good idea, and then they got too fucking big for their britches.
They had one good idea that was like, Marvel, will you make a movie for us?
That's the one.
And then they came out with Venom, and it was like, you could have just not.
Yeah.
It was fine, but you could have not.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, they finally were like, man, we want some of that Marvel cheddar.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Here you go.
Here's some Spider-Man
Here's
action.
your boy back.
Here's your boy. And Disney's like, we got you. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's a big deal. We want to use him.
Yeah.
We'll throw you a bone.
This is a nice little marriage here.
Yeah. And it's like, it worked. And then Far From Home did well because it was fucking great. The greatest Spider-Man movie at the time.
Yeah. Let Marvel do it.
And
guys.
Sony was like, yep, we're pretty damn good, aren't we?
No.
It's like, no, it wasn't you, Sony.
You did one good thing with Spider-Man, like without Disney, and that was animated.
Yeah.
And that, I mean,
Even that, didn't Disney have a big hand in that too?
I don't know. I don't really know anything other than it's its own thing.
And that was a great movie.
That was
I watched
fantastic.
it yesterday, as a matter of fact.
I watched it twice yesterday. Bane has watched that one back to back now.
That sounds like something that a 3-year-old would do.
That's what it is. It was that. Before that, it was the I don't even know what it's called. The Next Avengers or something, like an animated straight to DVD.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
It's like Justin's daughter, Biddle.
Yeah.
She would watch stuff back to back over and over again. It was Moana.
Oh, yeah.
And then I gave
Bane
them...
did that for a while.
Like, I bought the Blu-ray DVD combo of the Batman Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Yeah.
And I gave them the DVD. And so she suddenly wanted to watch that back to back. And Justin was like, finally.
Yeah. No,
and then she went back to Moana. But
I'm happy with what Bane's jumping around toward. It's all superhero stuff, so he's doing good.
But they also confirmed that there would be a Captain Marvel 2 and a Black Panther 2.
Oh, yeah. There has to be all those.
And that the Fantastic Four will get a movie. And that the mutants are coming.
They're coming. I'm excited to see what Disney does with them.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not mutant and proud. So I'm definitely not looking forward to those as much as I've looked forward to the other stuff. But
I am. And
I'm stoked to see what they do.
I've been excited with the comics with what they've been doing. I read House of X #1.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what Jonathan Hickman's doing. I'm looking forward to the big... Like, once House of X and Powers of 10 are done, they're going to put out, like, a few new titles. I'm looking forward to those.
How do you start the X-Men? Where do you start in the 60s? Do you start with the original class? Do you start in the 90s? How do you introduce the X-Men?
What do you mean?
In MCU. How would you do it?
What
would be your ideal introduction? Like, what era of X-Men would be the best introduction for them?
It's so hard to say.
Because everything...
There's so many good eras, like the 90s era that Jim Lee did. The Grant Morrison era was actually good, and I'm not a Grant Morrison fan. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I think that they should just do something completely new. Like, it's hard to introduce them.
Yeah.
Because the way the X-Men were introduced back in the 60s was that they had been around the whole time. That, I mean, shit. The first mutant in history was Apocalypse. The first mutant in the media was Namor. So yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
It's interesting to think about. And Fantastic Four, man, that's gonna...
I know what a lot of people are thinking is, who's the next big bad? They just got past Thanos. Who's next? And a lot of people are thinking Galactus.
I mean, it makes sense if they're hanging out in space.
I think they'll go through Annihilus first. I think it's going to be the Annihilation Wave.
It's who do either of them directly tie into Eternals? Because Eternals is going to be where the next big bad comes from.
I don't know anything about the Eternals.
Neither do I. But I mean, why do them unless that's setting up for something unexpected?
Let's do a little Wikipedia search on the Eternals and see what we can learn. That's right. Nerd Cult Underground. We get all of our information from Wikipedia.
Yeah. Same place you would. You just don't have to read it.
That's right.
And while he does that, I'll do this.
Let's see. The Eternals are a fictional species of humanity appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. They are described as an offshoot of the evolutionary process that created sentient life on Earth. The original instigators of this process, the alien Celestials, intended the Eternals to be the defenders of Earth, which leads to the inevitability of war against their destructive counterparts, the Deviants. The Eternals were created by Jack Kirby and made their first appearance in the Eternals #1 in July 1976.
So who are the Deviants?
I guess they're just opposite the Eternals.
Because I really don't see why you would do the Eternals unless there's some, like, hidden reason. Because Guardians were kind of like a, why the fuck would you do Guardians? But they played a major role in the Infinity War.
Well, the Celestials are a big deal. And they've been
when we got one of them, right?
We've seen a few of them. Like, for one thing, Nowhere is a Celestial's head.
Yeah, and then Ego, right? Was Ego a Celestial?
Ego wasn't a Celestial. He was a.
I think he was a Celestial.
Was he?
I think he was.
Because I know they showed, like, when they showed the flashback in Guardians of what damage the Power Stone could do. They showed Celestials destroying planets, like those giant, fucking weird trash can looking things.
Yeah. Those weird trash can looking things.
Yeah, that's what they look like to me. I don't know.
You heard it here. That's what we think of you, Celestials. Trash people.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. They look like trash can things to me. Let's see if I can find a familiar name somewhere. God damn it. The Kree. Titan. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be more that Thanos was an Eternal.
Really? Well, in the comics.
Yeah, well, that's one.
Yeah, so I wonder, was he an Eternal in the movies then?
I mean, that he could be. Like, they might come out and say, hey,
Thanos was one of us.
Thanos was one of us.
Yeah, he was an Eternal in the
Bull.
comics for sure, yeah.
Let's see. List of Eternals. Jesus Christ, it's big. The Eternals of Earth are Icarus, Ajax, Cersei, Domo, Makari, Athena, Zoras, Sprite, Agonar, Delphin Brothers.
Those are some rough names to market.
Master Elo, Kingo Sunan, Valken, Zarin, Unimine, The Forgotten One, Sigmar, Coryphos, Cybele, Fastos, El Vampiro.
As a wrestler.
Eternal with Mexican features who masquerades as a vampire in his role as a wrestler in Los Angeles.
Really?
That's what it says.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not.
What?
He has a human wife named Maria, was prevented from answering the call to the Uniminder in the fourth host when El Toro Arroyo assaulted him and injured him badly.
El Vampiro is my new favorite Marvel character. What the fuck?
If he's not in the Eternals and he's not played by himself?
By Vampiro?
By Vampiro?
Wow.
Yeah.
Vampiro wrestled with the Misfits back in the day, for those of you wondering.
So, but those are hard names to fucking...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for it.
Because what you can do when your kid comes up and says, I want an Icarus toy.
Yeah,
like,
I want a Zora action figure.
Yeah. Can I get a Domo?
Yeah, can I get a Domo pop? Actually, that one kind of fits.
Druig, son of Vulcan, cousin of Icarus.
I'm just like, the Inhumans didn't work, okay? That did not go the way anticipated or hoped. The Eternals is like a step even further back after, like, past Inhumans.
Yeah.
So this is a really...
But it looks like there's various Eternals from different planets. Like, Uranus has Uranus, Shastra, Thyro, and Astron. Titan has Suisan, Alars, Thanos, Starfox, and Demeter. Okay. And then there's also Ultimus from Kree, Kleben from the Skrull, Overmind, and the former Eternals of Gigantus. And Hyperion is an Eternal from an alternate dimension.
So what the fuck are we getting here?
Yeah, that didn't answer any
Nothing.
questions.
I'm more confused.
Other than Vampiro,
yeah,
the
Vampiro.
wrestler is apparently an Eternal.
I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I'm into this.
I'm more excited about the movie now.
Yeah, let's see Vampiro pop up. I'm okay with that. But, I mean, it still just doesn't make sense to go that far into left field without them being a major key point into whatever is the all-encompassing story to the next 3 phases.
And they probably still are. I mean, maybe Galactus is going to be a Celestial. That's the key, is the Celestials.
Yeah, I mean, but what is Galactus? Because a Celestial...
Because we're looking up Eternals. What we need to be looking up is Celestials. Man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because if he's a Celestial, there we go. We're getting Galactus. And I think he has to be. Because if nowhere's in the Celestial's head, that's the size you would imagine Galactus to be.
And that's the size the Celestials are. The Celestial fourth host. Let's see. Known Celestials include Arishem the Judge, Ashima the Listener, the Blue Celestial, Callus the Void, Celestial Destructor.
This is just getting worse.
Yeah. The Celestial Gardener.
Okay.
The Celestial Madonna.
They're fucking even weirder than the Eternals now. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Devron the Experimenter.
I want Devron the Experimenter and Vampiro to have their own movie.
The Dreaming Celestial. Ea the Wise, Ezon the Searcher, Exeter the Exterminator, the Fallen Zegreb the Aspirant, Gamiel the Manipulator.
All right.
This is some straight up Dungeons and Dragons shit.
This is
Gaminon the Gatherer, Godhead, which is a great band.
Yeah.
Gilm the Executioner, Grofon the Regurger, who was killed by Deadpool.
Oh.
Hargan the Measurer, Jemiah the Analyzer. Any of these names ringing a bell to you?
Not a single
Marazov the Penitent, Nezar the Calculator,
Deadpool.
Nina the Luck Dragon.
Deadpool is the name I recognized.
Oh, that's right. Domino turned into a Celestial recently and became Nina the Luck Dragon. She got over it.
She's okay now.
The one above all, Obliteron. That's
All right.
a fucking Transformer name if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
Oneg the Prober, the Progenitor, the Red Celestial, the Red Blue Judge, Skathon the Approver, Starchild, Tefril the Survivor, Volknar the Exhumer, and Xeron the Tester. I can tell you Xeron the Tester is a very hard hero click to play against.
Yeah. Good to know. So maybe that'll be our next big bad.
Yeah, Xeron the Tester. Wow, I thought we would learn more from that.
No, it's just more and more. It's not even questions anymore. It's just like, what?
All right, I'm going to look up Galactus.
Yeah. Because we haven't heard of Nihilus or Galactus.
Galactus is a cosmic entity.
Okay.
Formerly a mortal man, Galactus is a cosmic entity who originally consumed planets to sustain its life force and serves a functional role in the upkeep of the primary Marvel continuity. What the fuck?
Thanks.
What does that even mean?
Thanks for that. So, great.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to look up Ego now.
I swear, I think Ego, I thought he was a Celestial.
Like, if he's a Celestial in the movies...
Maybe.
Because he's just a planet in the comics.
I think he was in the movies a Celestial. That was like the whole thing. And that's why Peter Quill was like able to survive in space when he saved Gamora. He was able to hold
Ego in the film. Ego claims to be a Celestial and explains that he came into existence millions of years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a Celestial in the movies. And it wouldn't be completely out of the question to have Galactus show up as a Celestial.
I mean, if they can just start making their own what else would you call Ego though? Like, yeah, he's a living planet, but I mean, that seems kind of godlike.
Well, I mean, I think the difference is, like, in the comics, Ego only really has power over his own land. And, like, in the movie, Ego seemed to be able to do much more.
Yeah, I liked how he was able to take, like, a form, like human form, and then a form like all the other aliens and stuff that he impregnated.
But, again, I haven't really read any comics with Ego in it, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've never read a lot of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I want to say Ego is more one of their...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, just... When they did Guardians, and it was like, that's a weird move. It wasn't this far weird. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, good on Marvel. I was really like, who cares about anything else from Comic-Con?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to find other news from Comic-Con. Luckily, I got my X-Men news before that happened, because it was hard to find afterwards.
Yeah.
But,
Well, they showed Top Gun 2, Maverick.
I've never seen Top Gun.
I don't care.
No.
Yeah. Apparently, The Lion King kind of sucks.
That's a shame.
You know.
I saw a trailer for Zombieland too.
How does that look?
That looks good. The new Jay and Silent Bob reboot looks funnier than I would have thought.
That looks like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while since Kevin Smith did a movie. Like, since what? Zach and Miri Make a Porno?
I haven't seen...
Like everything else was kind of felt very indie vibed.
I've seen Red State.
That even felt kind of indie, though.
It did. I've not seen Zach and Miri. I haven't seen Tusk. I haven't seen...
Tusk felt
Yoga
indie.
Hosers.
Yoga Hosers felt indie. Zach and Miri was actually in theaters. Like, that felt like a comedy, just like a movie.
Yeah.
But the trailer, like, it feels like Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. That's cool. Jason Mewes is a terrible actor.
Yeah.
But
Which he's got his own movie coming out where he plays himself.
that looks interesting.
That looks funny.
And then, no offense to Kevin Smith, because I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. It kind of looks like he doesn't play Silent Bob as cool as he used to.
Every scene of him as Silent Bob has him pointing at somebody.
Yeah, it's real cartoony.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I get you have to emote a lot as a silent character, but like Silent Bob in the older movies just seemed like kind of chill. Like, just, I'm here.
That part did, because it did bug me that, like, it's the same way I used to get bugged as a kid whenever I would watch sitcoms.
Yeah.
And they would have the laugh track. Mm-hmm. And it bugged me because I'm like, I don't need you to tell me when to laugh.
Which I've wanted to say, we probably should put a laugh track in this podcast.
Probably.
It would help the dumb listeners.
I don't need you to tell me when to laugh. I'll figure that out. And that's what it felt like watching the trailers. Every time someone told a joke, it would cut to Jay and Silent Bob, and Bob would be pointing at them as if to say, that's when you laugh.
Yeah, this was funny. This part right here.
This is the laugh part, guys.
Yeah, I got that vibe.
But it does look like a funny movie.
I'm looking forward to it. Want to come with Ryan Horn and me?
No.
Ryan Horn. Oh, wow. You hear that, Ryan?
I don't like going to the movie theater.
He listens to this. Oh, I thought you were going to say I don't like it. Ryan.
I
You guys share a birthday.
I know.
You're basically...
We're brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't like going to the movie theater. And I don't want to see Jay and Silent Bob.
It's not going to be in like a theater. It'll probably be like at the Belcourt or something. Like small theater.
I am thinking about going to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the Belcourt.
I really want to see that. I think they're showing it like on film.
Yeah, they're showing it in 36 millimeter.
35.
35. They're showing that at the Belcourt.
Yeah, you were close though.
Hey. And I kind of want to see it like that.
That would add like so much more to the vibe of the movie.
Take a piece of paper and mark down how many times the N-word is used. Narrative.
I thought that was the biggest load of shit when people got so mad in Django. They were like, you know how many times they said that? It's like about the same as every other fucking Tarantino movie on the planet.
Which I think is the point. People are like, and I find it more funny than something to be mad about.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Tarantino is probably a dick.
Probably.
But like,
but I don't think he hides it either.
I don't think he's, this isn't like Bill Cosby level of shun.
No.
And but yeah, like it is funny how often he writes that word into his scripts as if he can't say it himself, but he could throw it out there.
But he has said it himself in his
Pulp
other
Fiction,
movies.
He did for sure.
And it's just like, whatever, man.
He wanted to know about the dead ne'er-do-well in his garage.
Yeah. But like, does anybody really give it shit? Like, it's whatever. That's the vibe of those movies.
Hey,
and
Sam Jackson said it was okay. So.
And Sam Jackson keeps coming back for the movies. Like, clearly I don't know, man.
I'm not mad. I'm also white.
Yeah, but
the people that are all complaining are white too.
Exactly.
I have not heard personally. I have not heard a black person come up and be like, and Tarantino needs to calm down on them N-bombs.
But it's not even just him. That's the style of movie. It's like exploitation, grindhousey vibe. Like, that's how those movies are. I don't know. Don't
at me.
Don't piss on him. Don't piss on like history in that way. Get mad about the real shit. Let's fix real problems. It's like that whole thing on like Stranger Things 3, where people are complaining about how often Hopper smoked. It's like, who the fuck cares?
I know, right?
It's the 80s, for one thing, where everyone smoked everywhere. Like, they're gonna make a movie.
Operation Child Endangerment.
Yeah. They're gonna give us a movie one day where it's a World War II movie and they censor out the Nazis. And it's just going to be fucking like
that stuff always
life
bugs
in
me.
the 1940s.
And we're going to get into that, I guess, where like you watch a movie that has, or read a book and it has a bad guy in it, and the bad guy rapes somebody. Say.
Yeah.
And people get upset. There's a rape scene in there. I'm like, bad guy has to do a bad thing. They are bad people.
Exactly.
And I understand where and as someone who is not a rape victim, I can understand that. And maybe they need to have a warning up there because it can be a triggering thing to see if you got PTSD from being attacked.
But add that into like rated R for the, and don't they actually put sexual violence in like when they have like a rated R rating?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought that was one of the things. It was like violence, sexuality, nudity, language.
But I know that it is. I think one of the problems some people have with it is that it's just used all the time.
I mean, it happens all the time, unfortunately.
And someone brought that up. I think Alan Moore tends to write rape in most of his books. And I can see that. Like, okay, there are other crimes that can be committed.
True, but maybe he can't write a murder. Like, maybe...
I mean, he can barely write.
Well, then, yeah. Like, he's doing the one he can-ish. Everything else would just be...
There's a fair point to that.
Unreadable.
And he actually announced his retirement again.
Yeah, so did Motley Crue. I don't know. And?
That actually brings up... Someone brought up the point that... All right, here's the story of how I lost $140.
Ooh, well, why don't we open with this? This is...
I know, right? So Filter, which for those of you who don't know is a band, they've got their big hits, Hey Man, Nice Shot, and Take a Picture.
Okay, I know what they're about.
I'm a big fan of Filter. I got all their albums. And they started working on a new album called Rebus, which it was... Reboot. Like, Richard Patrick is the main guy for Filter on all the albums. And the first album... Short Bus was Richard Patrick and Brian Leisgang, and I guess something happened. Brian Leisgang quit, and Richard kept going on. Well, Rebus was supposed to be him and Brian getting back together and putting out something similar to Short Bus. So I was excited. So they did a Pledge Music account for crowdfunding. I pledged $140 to get a signed copy of Rebus on vinyl, a signed copy of Rebus on CD. And they were re-releasing Short Bus on vinyl. And I was going to get that signed too. So I pledged for it. They met the goal with their pledges. They took off to the races, started working on the album. They were releasing like samples and stuff like that. Suddenly, if you don't know this about Pledge Music stopped giving artists the money that they were getting.
Oh shit.
And Pledge ultimately like went down. Like they filed bankruptcy. I had two albums pledged at the time. One of them was Ogre's Tricks, which did happen, and I got the album and everything worked out there. But with Filter, ultimately Filter was slowly putting out email. First they started sending out stuff that says we have faith that somebody will take care of this and it's going to work out. And then they were like, I don't know guys, if you want to get your money back, go for it, but we're going to keep trying.
Yeah. And
then Pledge Music went under, and they were like, and ultimately Filter sent out, the last thing we got from Filter was Rebus isn't happening.
Bye.
Yeah. They were like, Richard's working on a new album by himself. Brian's not going to be a part of it.
Damn.
And so we had to find other ways to try to get our money back. And it's not Filter's fault.
Yeah.
But I know everybody was like, what the fuck, guys? Why are y'all suddenly not doing the album together? Like, because of Pledge. Like, y'all could still do the album together. Just, we're talking, some fans were talking about giving more money. They understood. They were willing to pledge again.
Yeah.
But, why are they breaking up? And someone brought up, when I brought this up to somebody, they said, maybe the music they were working on sucked.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they put out maybe they had one song that sounded really good, and that's the one that they showed everybody, but everything else, they're like, this just isn't working.
Yeah. Cool, which could be.
And it could be.
And they're not going to want to come out and go like, hey, we kind of aren't good together.
Yeah, like, come to find out, we got lucky.
I mean, whatever. I mean, that sucks.
In the grand scheme of things, Short Bus isn't technically a great album.
You're like, it. They never really were that great to begin with.
Yeah, like, I love that album, but it's not great.
Yeah. It's like Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
I like them, but they're not
I mean, you listen
awesome.
you listen to it, and like their big hit, "Hey Man, Nice Shot."
Yeah.
It's got a fucking kick-ass riff that's super easy to play. And but the lyrics to it, the chorus for "Hey Man, Nice Shot" is, "A man has gun. Hey man, have fun. Nice shot, man."
It's Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. So, and that's just the way it is. But it's like strung together real nice. And he used to play for 9 Inch Nails. And I'm going to see Filter at Cold Waves in September.
There you go.
But yeah, that's all. I lost $140 on a Filter album.
Damn it.
I did say, because like people were like, they said we're going to do our best to try to get the people that pledge something that's worth that money. And I said, if you could at least give us like a little digital download of the songs that y'all were able to finish demo version or something, just to show that you care.
Yeah, you tried. You actually came through.
Like, I know that a little 4-song digital download of a bunch of demos that aren't finished and probably suck because they're not finished isn't worth $140, but it at least shows me that you're trying.
Yeah. I'd be happy for you if you got that. Right now I just feel bad.
Well, life is a string of losing money.
So am I the Thunderbolt in our duo? Because you and JB are the music men.
Thunderbolt, doesn't he do music too?
I don't think so. I think he's just a lame pop punk kid, kind of like me.
Huh. Maybe then.
I kind of hoped I was the JB.
And all you do is make fun of my music.
I don't make fun of anything. I tell you to go solo.
Mr.
I do make fun of that.
Yeah.
But that's not your music. It's just what you listen to.
I listen to a lot of stuff.
And I had a punk rock friend that could relate. That was fun. Thanks, Joe. Is he gonna listen to this?
I don't know. I hope so.
Do his kids listen to this?
I don't know. They should.
We're friends on Instagram now. I can ask them.
You should.
I will.
I do have a new concert coming up. We just announced it today.
I know. I was surprised. I thought all of her Twitch was on hiatus.
I missed the stage. So I got Steven from Regdar and the Fighters and Nuclear Bubble Wrap's going to play bass for me again.
There we go.
Oliver Twitch is going to be playing with Bellhead, DeCambrio, and Vladipus 9 at the Cobra on October 19th. I keep wanting to say September 19th, but that's not true. It's October 19th.
October 19th. That's the day after Marissa's birthday.
Now you know what to get her.
I do. Oliver Twitch tickets.
Bring her out.
For $75. Is that right?
For Marissa, 80.
84.
Bring her out.
Don't trust that cat, man.
Bit. He bites.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Fuck you. I hurt myself.
I got like scratches on my belly. Want to see my belly?
Can I see your belly button? Because I'm not sure who's who.
I'm going to lift my shirt up here.
Ow, what the fuck, man?
That's because I was holding him.
Bitch ass cat?
I was holding him and he wanted to jump over to the counter where his food bowl is. And he didn't wait for me to turn around and give him a ledge to get over there. He just kicked off on my stomach. He doesn't have front claws.
That's the problem with cats is they don't know fear.
No, cats know fear because he's skittish.
Of you?
Well, maybe not of me.
My girls love me, but they also fear me.
They just don't care.
That's
if you want an animal that has no fear at all,
yeah,
get a ferret.
Fuck ferrets. They smell bad.
They do smell bad.
Yeah.
And they have no fear.
You know what's a bitch ass pet? Hamster. What does Thunderbolt have? Does he have hamsters or rats?
He has rats.
He has rats. Okay, I ruined that joke. Why am I starting a war with him?
I don't know.
Because SS, man. Chris. And he blames me. Again, dyslexic. I have an excuse.
Yeah.
He kept the SS for some weird fucking he's had his logo redone, everything. So many chances to correct this quote-unquote mistake. So
I will say, Chris, as somebody whose name also ends with S, James, when you are writing your name in a possessive form,
yes,
it's CHRIS apostrophe.
That's it.
And that's it.
You end it.
Because you have an S there already. I mean, that's just how it is.
I have a learning disability.
Like for
so
Justin,
I can't be held
it's
accountable.
JUSTIN apostrophe S. Because there's no S at the end
of
it.
It makes sense.
But since there's already an S at the end of Chris and James, you just put an apostrophe at the end of it. That's my English lesson for today.
And
There's a gas station up near Glenview Elementary that when I was a kid, I noticed their sign was wrong because it had that.
maybe they were a secret cell too. Secret cell for who? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying.
Hopefully, JB can get to the bottom of this.
I mean, we got to see the belly button
and
first.
figure out. Well, I'm talking about the real JB. Once he figures out that
That's
there
true,
might be a
'cause there
clone
is
of him out there,
There's a real JB that exists.
and hopefully he still listens to this.
He does. You got to listen to their shit. They talk about us not as much as we talk about them.
We just want attention.
But we come up. We come up.
I was listening to Chris Comics the other day, and it wasn't because I thought he was going to mention us. I just wanted to listen to a podcast, and he ended up mentioning us and defending the allegations towards his beliefs about the structure of our planet.
I like the crossover thing we got going on here. If we can get their listeners to listen to us and ours to listen to them, like, everybody benefits.
And quite frankly, if all right,
Nope.
Thunderbolt,
Yep.
Chris, if you want to prove to me that you are not a flat earther
And a secret cell for the Nazis.
and a secret cell for the Nazis, you need to
I'm not gonna hide it anymore.
get on a plane and come around to Nashville on October 19th and come see Oliver Twitch in concert, and then I'll believe you.
And if you don't, you're a secret cell.
Yeah, that's
Flat.
I don't write the rules.
Flat Earther secret cell.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to Nerd Cult Underground.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Follow us on the Instagrams at Nerd Cult Underground,
All of it.
at Off-Brand FM,
All of it.
at Leal Legacy.
All of it.
It's got SkeletonCrew.com. You can buy you some shirts.
SkeletonCrewBrand.com.
Oh, Skeleton Crew
God
brand.
damn it.
I'm sorry. It's been a while.
It's okay. Oh, Bane.
Bane was hitting on a 14-year-old.
Which
I think she's 14. I don't
sounds
know.
wrong when you say it that way. Don't preface. He's 3.
He is 3. It's okay for him to hit on her.
Yeah. She's significantly older, not the other way around.
Yeah, no. It's not the other way around. And I think she's 14. She might be older. I think
she said 15.
Maybe.
Did they say
I know
15?
she looks way older than she is because she's fucking tall.
She's fucking tall.
Her brother's tall, too. There's some tall kids.
And he's like 13, right?
Yeah, he's the younger one.
They dwarfed me. I guess he said something happened at his mom. He said it in front of me too, but I just didn't. I just was like, "Don't say that." Something happened. He was like, "Fucking God," and he said that with me, and I was like, "Dude," because I know his mom would be fucking pissed. I was like, "Look, someone's gonna think you got that from me. Just don't say that."
Actually, the way you said it sounds like something his mom would say. He probably got it from her.
I'm convinced he does, but she's so like delusionally Christian that she doesn't believe she says shit like that.
Yeah.
Because she had this thing, she's like, we don't swear. I'm like, bitch, I was with you for 3 years. Like, I know how you speak. Yeah. But she texted me earlier, and she was like, I'm kind of frustrated right now because Bane dropped something and said, fucking God. And I was like, yeah, I heard him say that too. He didn't get it from me. Like, none of us say that kind of shit around him. And then when she said when she told him, no, Bane, we don't say that, and his response was, God's not here. So he's already speaking like a fucking supervillain.
I love Bane.
God's not here.
No God.
That's my boy. Bane, you don't say that. God's not here. So
he sounds like he's possessed.
Yeah.
God's not here.
And if I had to pick one of the 3
God.
to be the Antichrist-ish, it'd be Elvis. He terrifies me.
Yeah.
You look into that kid's eyes, like, he dissects your soul. Which I love, and I'm so proud of my boy, but he's scary.
Yeah, well,
God's not here.
At least you have kids.
Hey, why do you have to bring it down?
I don't know, because it saddens me.
We'll steal you one.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Steal me a kid.
Apparently, like...
I mean, that's how Thunderbolt got his kid.
Yeah. Just find a kid that's 9.
They are all 9.
All of them are 9.
That's probably how old Gianna is, actually. She's 9. She looks like she's 14, but she's 9 'cause she's a kid.
Yeah. Which, you know what intrigued me most about her? The white punk vest. Mm-hmm. You never really see a white denim like punk like vest. What do they call that? Riot vest? What are they? Something like that.
She's very like, God damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, she's into her own thing.
Yeah. So
like,
on top of being punk,
she's a vegan. She's straight edge.
Yeah.
She's very clean. She's a good person.
I mean, most punk rockers these days seem to be real woke people.
Woke.
Not like back in my day where they're all just drunk and fighting.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I was okay with. I was never drunk.
I mean, she has multiple
fighting,
vests.
But okay, well, the one I saw was white. And
Yeah,
I was
she was
just
wearing
like,
a white one that day.
That's fucking intriguing.
She was wearing a black one the other day. Like I came out of the bathroom and they were going through the dollar boxes and she had her fucking mohawk styled up and a fucking black vest on. And at first I thought that she was a member of the Music City Punks.
The Christmas.
No, like, I know a lot of Music City Punks.
Yeah.
And that's who I thought she was. I was like, oh, I wonder if I know this one. And I was like, oh, no, that's Gianna. She's too young to be
I wonder if I know this
one of Music City Punks. I know a few of them.
Music City, I know none of them.
They're all like gutter punks, basically.
Ugh. Gutter punks. I never understood the joy in like not showering and just like wearing the same stinky punk uniform all the time. It's like you could.
I did have to ask her because the whole reason why I don't style up my hair is I don't want to feel it rubbing on the top of my car when I'm driving. It just feels like it would bug me. Yeah. And she said, "Yeah, you kind of have to like lean your head,
tilt your head." Yeah. I don't know. I knew a guy in Florida who had like a mohawk that was like a foot tall, and he had to like put his head out the window when he drove. I was like, that doesn't seem fun.
Yeah.
And then the time it takes to get it up, and then when you're an old man, the time it takes to get it up means a whole different thing. I have to take red pills.
I just don't bother.
Most people take blue ones for erectile dysfunction.
I'm not
take
using it for
red
anything.
ones.
I don't use it for anything. Why bother?
Satiates my bloodlust. What?
Good night, everybody.
God's not here.
God's not here. We need to get Bane on the show.
That's the next. Holy fuck! Bane just came up with the next all wiener, no Satan, all wiener, or whatever the fuck that was. Nerd Cult Underground. God's not here.
Oh God, that kid! If only we could get. I better not say that on the recording in case something actually happens to his mother. Oh yeah. If only we could not have her around. But I don't mean that. I'm not going to do anything to cause that to happen.
She would never listen to this anyway.
Well, no, but if something happened to her and they like...
Oh, well, that, yeah, but we could get him on.
And then they'd be like, well, he said, like, that's not what I was just... I mean, like, if she just said, fuck it, I don't want this kid anymore.
I mean, I'd be down. That means I'd get him every day.
I would take care of him every day if I had to.
Let's do it. God's not here.
God's not here.
Nerd Call Leonard.